Hello, my name is Jonathan Sugai, and in this video, I'll be doing a demonstration of a kinesio taping for your ankle by yourself. So what do you need? You need Kinesio tape, and we've been using this tape since 2001, so going on 25 years. And first step is we're going to cut the tape. And so I'm going to take the tape here. And the nice part about Kinesio tape is it has blocks on the paper side of the tape. So for this taping, we'll be using 5 pieces of tape. And the first piece will be 7 blocks long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's one piece. Another piece will also be 7 blocks long. That's 2. The third piece will also be 7 blocks long. The fourth piece will be 8 blocks long. 2, 4, 6, 8. And the fifth piece will also be 8 blocks long. So we have a total of 5 pieces, 3 pieces at 7 blocks, and the last 2 at 8 blocks. After you have the pieces cut, you want to round the edges, so you fold the tape in half with the paper side out and round the corner like this. And the purpose of rounding the corners is so that the pointy corners, if you leave it as pointy corners, it's easier to get caught on your clothing or when you're moving around on the bed or anything. So I want to round the corners. And you can do them 1 at a time. I've been doing this a little while, so I can do them 2 at a time. Okay, round the corners like that. And that's why Band-Aids are rounded. All right, so we've got our 5 pieces of tape with the corners rounded. And so I'll demonstrate on my left ankle the taping. Okay, so the first piece we're going to go with we'll use 7 blocks. We're going to start the tape right about near the 5th metatarsal, about here. And then easiest way to get the tape off the backing is to actually tear the paper backing like this. And you want to tear off maybe about a block. And then we're going to place the edge of the tape right about near the 5th metatarsal, right about there. And then you're going to pull the paper backing off the tape, and you want to run the tape around the outside of your ankle bone, like that. And we're going to go up the inside of your ankle and your shin. Just like that. And you want to put a minimal amount of tension, so some tension, not too much. You don't want to stretch the tape, you want to just kind of lay it on. And you should get about maybe 1/2 to 3/4 of the way up your calf, depending on, again, your height. I'm about 5'3", so on the shorter side for males. And that's the first piece. And what we're taping is the tibialis posterior muscle. Okay. The next piece we're going to use one of the 8 blocks, and we're going to tape the tibialis anterior muscle. So again, I recommend you tear the paper backing about a block, like so. And then you want to start at the top of your shin, just below the kneecap, and you're going to be on the outside of your shin bone, your tibialis. And we're taping the anterior tibialis muscle. So this is the muscle in the front. That's why it's called anterior. Okay, and then you're going to pull the backing off the tape. You want to plantar flex your toes. So you point your toes out, and you want to lay the tape down with a mild amount of stretch. And you basically want to make it to your tarsals, again the bones on the top of your foot. You want to end up somewhere just above your toes. So you lay it down, you plantar flex, point your toes, and lay it down. And it should end up looking like that. Okay, so that's the second piece, taping the anterior tibialis. All right, the third piece, we're going to use the 7 block. Okay, we're going to again start at the top on the side. So this is the peroneal muscle. Although it's kind of on the thick side, so it's kind of like the iliotibial band of the calf. That's how I think of it. We're going to pull off some of the paper backing. Again, you want to give it a mild amount of stretch. And by mild, this would be like a real severe amount of stretch. And you actually can kind of see through the tape when you really stretch it out. You want to put just a light amount of stretch, mild amount of stretch. So it's just a bit of a tug. Get it down there. And basically, you just want to put enough stretch so that the tape catches. And you want to end up at right over the ankle bone, down here. Okay. And then also you want to apply some heat. So by using your hand and applying some friction, create some heat to help activate the glute. I forgot to mention that for the other 2 parts. All right. So that's the third piece. Okay, the fourth piece is going to go on the back of the calf. So again, we're going to tear the paper backing. Okay, and place the sticky part of the tape just above the heel and along the back of your ankle. And then pull the paper backing off. And you want it right in the middle of the ankle and the calf. And then you lay it down. And I would recommend just going gently at first to get the tape stuck and positioned. If you're a little off, then you can reposition. And then once you got it in the right place, it should look like that. Then you want to apply some heat by rubbing it on, creating some friction, and that'll help activate the adhesive. Okay, and so it should look like that. All right, that's the fourth piece. And now the last and final piece, it's the 8 blocks. Okay, for this one, we want to fold it in half and then tear it down the middle like so. And then pull the paper backing off, kind of like a band-aid. And then we're going to place you want to center it on the back of your Achilles like that. And then we're going to let's wrap the lateral side around your ankle. And this piece is going to act like a kind of like a brace. And then you want to lay that side down like that. And then wrap the medial side, the inner side, over. And just kind of wrap it around the inside like that. Okay? And that kind of acts like an ankle brace. So there's your 5 pieces of tape on the ankle. And this can be done by yourself. It's very simple, very effective, and for those of you who are dealing with either a fresh sprained ankle, you can do this immediately, and I recommend doing it immediately. You get the immediate relief. You'll notice that you'll be able to stand up, and the pain will be much less. And this also does work on ankles that have been sprained, a few days, few weeks, and it also works well on anyone who has chronic pains in the ankle from multiple sprains. This would be part of treatment and rehab. And I also can do, we can also do some deep tissue work on relieving a lot of the nervous system trauma that has set in, and it's still sitting there in the different parts of the calf and fascia. So there you go. That's the ankle taping. Again, this is a taping that we've been using since 2001. It's worked very well. It's different from the tapings that are currently out there. I went and looked on YouTube recently as of August 2025, and I didn't see this one, so I thought, why not put this one out there instead of keeping it a little secret here in Honolulu, Hawaii. So anyway, thank you for your time. Would love to hear about how this taping works for you in the comments, and have fun with it. And I'd love to hear how it compares to any other tapings you've tried, and look forward to what you experience with the tape. It's worked very well with our clients, and I look forward to seeing how it works for you. Thank you very much.